Part 2, so if you picked card number 2, you received the 10 of coins. This is the 10 of earth. And I really love what the book had to say, because I always feel like each deck kind of gives its own flavor and essence and has something to share. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you this 10 of coins from this particular book and deck. So you can just gaze upon this gorgeous picture and realm here. It says, sensing the magic that resides in the ordinary, the beauty and potential hidden in the material things around us, the light at the end of the tunnel. In a dark forest, we see a stone archway covered with ivy and an open gate, through which we can glimpse a scene filled with golden light. A stone path wanders through the sunlit trees, and 10 of coins float down from the sky. 2 faces adorn the archway. The theme of this card could be considered into a single phrase: magic in the ordinary. The material things around us, both those provided by nature and those we build ourselves, including our own bodies, are things of beauty and potential, although we often take them for granted. The image in this card is really an quite ordinary scene, a stone path viewed through a stone archway. However, looking through the artist's eyes reveals a magical wonderland bathed in light. When you receive this card, you are indeed fortunate. You are being reminded of the ineffable beauty and goodness inhabiting the world around us. Of course, life is difficult, and of course, we must all struggle at times. This card reminds us of what we struggle for. The card may be seen also as the proverbial light at the end of the tunnel, a spark of hope and optimism that presages an end to a gloomy situation. I don't think I ever said that word before. Excuse me if I said it incorrectly. The stone faces reflect back to us our own fears and resistances. Those stone faces, they kind of look like something out of like the Temple of Doom from Indiana Jones. But the gate lies open, and all we need to do is step through. Okay, so we have these opportunities and doorways that are opening to us at this time, and although fears may be coming up, look at that glowing light and that specialness that is beckoning us forward, and knowing that this is a time of opportunity. Of course, checking within in the heart space that this is the right doorway to walk through, but there are certain gifts that are being presented right now, and as long as we can focus on those, I'm hearing higher forms of life, higher pathways, more benevolent ideas, rising above the dross of the material world is really going to help allow ourselves to uplift and rise into those, because there's so much heaviness on the planet right now. Rising up in the more spirit essence without leaving the physical body is really going to help ourselves individually and help others around us. So remember to call upon, I'm hearing Archangel Jophiel. Even though this is an earth card, you can call on Oriel, but Raphael to help to uplift our thoughts and purify them, clear them, and transmute those thought forms. Raphael being the healer and carrying the caduceus of light. Also Archangel Jophiel to uplift our thoughts and beautify what we're focusing on in our mind and our consciousness. And it's funny too, I'm even hearing like in the Judgment card, you have the 3 forms of fire, and looking at one's life and seeing what needs to pass away, what's time to let go. And in that Judgment card, you have the 3 forms of fire, releasing and allowing things to be let go of. And like I'm hearing the Ho'oponopono prayer, like I thank you. Well, it's I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you, I love you, I bless you. I know that I added one word, but you can look that up. So I just heard that slew of things. It was like a domino effect to help release that with grace and with ease and with love. Whew, yeah, and there's a lot of that going on, so that we can rise without leaving our bodies, and we can help the planet rise without such destruction and chaos going on. And remember, even if that is going on, to come back and find one's center, because the more we do that, the more we help hold that space for our fellow brothers and sisters and our planet. Okay. And then the last card, if you pick the third card, you got the Chariot, you got the major arcana Chariot. This is, of course, relates to the sign of Cancer. And the Chariot is very important because it's the first card outside, it's the first card where the Fool, which is card number 0, the very first card of major arcana, now has taken a vehicle and is not walking upon the path, but now is utilizing one's feelings to move forward in a greater dimension. So where are we being called to bring forward more of our emotion, more of our intuition, more of our I'm hearing even fortitude of conviction within, not in like an aggressive way, but like in this, I'm like, this is what I bring to the table. This is what I bring to the surface. This is what I bring to the table of life in our lives, in our essence. What have we learned, and what are we ready to present? This card is also a card of purification. This card is a card of family. Where is your chariot headed? How are you directing your chariot? It says a confident approach to life, willpower, a youthful, inexperienced energy, pride and arrogance. And there could be a moodiness or irritation caused by insecurity, which comes up sometimes in the sign of Cancer. Especially if you have a lot of Cancer planets, it's good to call on Archangel Gabriel to help to release any of the adverse effects of that water element, which could be insecurity because of maybe oversensitiveness. And there's nothing that you can really do about it. You are oversensitive, you are feeling, you are empathetic. So it's like learning to release certain aspects of it and utilize certain aspects of it that are valuable, but without taking in and on too much, so that you feel everything and you're like, oh, too much, I don't want to hear anything, I'm gonna do my shell and nothing's gonna get in. You know, there needs to be like a healthy balance, and that could be said for all the signs. So yeah, let's see, I did read through I read through what the book had to say, and there's a lot, and it's more than I want to go into. But more so with this card, it's like, where is your chariot headed? And to take evaluation of what's coming up in your feelings for release and renewal and purification. And the moon will be moving into the sign of Cancer in the next couple days, after it traverses Gemini. And so you may be called to do more of this release work and redirection work. And it is going to be in the balsamic phase, the dark phase of the moon, where it's waning. We're going to be going to that dark moon phase before we go into the new moon in Leo. So keep that in mind too. It could be stuff from past life, family lines, ancestral patterns, trauma that is up for healing and release. Call on Archangel Gabriel to get greater insight and to ask for purification and healing, and write down your insights as we do move through this waning moon phase, in this balsamic moon. Okay, I know this was a longer video. Thank you for bearing with me. If you have, I hope you enjoyed it. And you can catch me here each week. I do a weekly reading, and then sometimes I throw in some tidbits throughout the week. And if you like this, feel free to like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. And I will see you next week. And if I see you in the shop on between August 25th and 27th, it's always a plus. And sending so much love and so much blessings to you, and definitely lots of prayers for each other and the world, and to hold everything constructive in the most protected bubble of space and time right now. Thank you.